for the uninformed, and maybe there are some listeners and some of our viewers out there that aren't aware of this, I want to sort of go back to your high school days. And there's a very famous viral photo that's out there of you weaving in and out of traffic, dribbling the basketball as a freshman, and you're 5'2", and I'm so curious at that stage of your basketball playing days. Like we ask this question all the time, but like, who are you modeling your game after when you're that small?
It's funny. I've always had irrational confidence, first of all, like irrational. I think a lot of us do, because if you believe what people say about you, you become that, like, right? And a lot of people speak negatively. They speak down on you. They give you the worst type of vibes. And if you read online about yourself and things of that nature, it'll cripple you, so to speak. And I think I've always felt that I can achieve whatever I want in terms of work ethic. I can achieve whatever I want in terms of basketball success, off the court success, in the classroom. And I honestly felt like I was Allen Iverson. Like, I was short, I was small, I had a nice crossover, I had a floater. I modeled my game after Allen Iverson. I didn't have his athleticism, I didn't have any tattoos, but I started growing my hair out. Like, I wanted to be AI. I wore number 3, and I felt like if AI could make it, he had a chip on his shoulder. He really wanted to be great, and he was undeniably himself and authentic to who he was and what he stood by. And I think I mimicked all of that, and I tried to hone in on that. And then obviously, being from Canton, Ohio, I seen East Snow. East Snow had made it to the league. Gary Grant had made it to the league. Earl Boykins was 5'5". So like, I'm in my head, I'm like, well, look, if these guys can make it, you just got to really work on your game, really tighten up, your handle, be able to create space, and pray for a growth spurt. Like, I was like, I can't make it at 5'2", but if I have the skills that I have at 5'2", and I can translate that to 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", whatever the case may be, then nobody will be able to check me.
When did the pros seem like a actually like attainable, realistic proposition?
It sounds like his freshman year of high school.
I mean, honestly, like freshman, like your freshman year of high school, were you like, I'm going to play in the NBA, or did it take a little bit longer?
I had irrational confidence. I'm telling you, like in my head, like I was going to the league, and my brother was telling people that my brother was going to go to the NBA. And I think it's because, for one, we were crazy, but for two, we had like this undeniable faith and belief in a higher being. Like we're very religious. Like we really believe that when you do things the right way and you work hard, like you're rewarded for it. And we felt like our reward was going to be playing basketball and being the guy who, was 5'2", being the guy that other kids can look to and say, well, he's not that tall, he's not that athletic, and he still made it. And I honestly believed that I was going to make it. And it's crazy because like you can ask, like go back to my high school, and ask people, and they would say like CJ always felt like he was going to the league, like, and his brother would speak on it. Like we would speak things into existence, and then I would go work. And I felt like I outworked everybody. Like I always felt like I was ahead of the competition because I would go to school early with my brother, and I work out at 7. I would go to class at 9. I would work out after school, and then I would double back at night for like 3-4 workouts. I was getting up so many shots. I was working on my game. It was just like, if I can get taller, there's no way I don't make it to the NBA, because I literally seen people who I have better skills than make it from my neighborhood, literally. So it was just like, you got to get taller. And when I was 5'2", I played 3 quarters JV, 2 quarters varsity, because you can only play 5 in Ohio. And my brother was a starting point guard. So I knew I wasn't getting many minutes because he was there. But I averaged 20 points per game in 3 quarters on JV at 5'2". So obviously it's junior varsity or whatever, but I just knew, I was like, if I can get to 5'11" or 6 foot, like they're in trouble because I have the total package. I'm just tiny. But to answer your question, there was times where I felt like I wasn't going to make it. And I actually verbalized it once or twice. My mom was like, you can't speak negatively about yourself ever in this life, because you are what you think you are and you are what you say you are. So like from that day forward, I was like, all right, you're right, Mom. I'm going back to like my mentality and my mindset of I'll do whatever it takes to make it to the NBA. And she was like, this is your last year of speaking that way. Like if you're not going to be all in, that's fine, but you need to get a 3.8 to 4.0 because I can't pay for school. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll get back into the gym. And I went from 5'2" to 5'7". My sophomore year, I took a step back. My brother went to college. I was home by myself. I didn't know how to train. Like I didn't know how to push myself. I wasn't self-motivated. And that year humbled me. And there were some issues with the booster club, and like somebody's father was paying, so I didn't play as much as I thought I was going to play, and it messed me up. And my brother was like, "Look, you got two options, man. You can crumble and fold, or you can understand that everything you want in life is on the other side of hard." And I set my alarm clock for 6 a.m. every day. I made a voice memo that said I would average 20 points per game. I will get a Division I scholarship, and I will go to NBA, and I'll do whatever it takes to get that. So when my alarm would go off, it would be me talking to myself for a whole summer. And to start that season, my junior season, I went from 6 points per game to 25. And in my first start before the game, I told my dad I was going to score 50. I had never scored more than 18, and I scored 54. And I was 5'11". And that's when I knew. After that game, I said, I'm for sure going to the NBA, because I know I got a few more inches like to grow, and I'm already like virtually unstoppable. And that's the story.
I mean this in like the most complimentary way possible. That's some psycho shit. Like, that really is. To have that level of, like, we all, I mean, we talk on the show all the time about, having a healthy ego, having confidence. Like, you've got to have confidence in yourself more than anything else. But there's some irrational confidence there that I can really, truly admire and truly appreciate. Tommy, I don't know if you've seen CJ's social media over the last 24 hours, but he posted some photos today of him training, and there's a shirtless photo, and he's fucking yoked. And I would really hope that Jason, our video guy, as we're talking here, can just juxtapose those two photos. That photo from today and the photo of him weaving through traffic as a 5'2" freshman. I think it'd be great.